Morning people, it is 8 minutes past 6 on a Wednesday morning. I've got the whole beach to myself. Sunrise is probably now in about 5 minutes. As you can see behind me, I can tell I haven't been down here for sunrise for a long time. Normally I fly down. My knees were burning when I started this morning. Oh, look at that. Can't believe no one else isn't down here. You watch, I'm saying that, it'll be blinking heaving in a minute. It'll be packed. Dog walkers everywhere. People swimming, I bet you. Oh, that fort. God, look at that sky. Awesome. Well, as usual people, I'm going to walk around, see if I can find a cool composition. The tide's coming in, which is a bit of a pain in the ass really, because I like it when the tide's going out, because it leaves like a bit of a wet trail and you get nice reflections and that on it. Oh man, what an amazing sky. I don't know if you can see that. I might quickly get a couple of pictures of that actually. I don't know what I'm after today. I just, in fact, the reason I'm down here is because me and the wife went for a walk yesterday. Thought that was someone asleep on the beach. Me and the wife went for a walk yesterday afternoon. It was hot and sunny. We were sweating, going for a walk, and she said, "Do you know what? Do you fancy going for a sunrise swim down Mansands tomorrow morning?" And I was like, is my wife saying this? My wife hates the morning. Well, she hates getting out of bed in the morning, shall I say. And I'm like, yeah, I'm up for that. Definitely. Cool. Got excited because I haven't really, I don't know, I've been not tired a lot lately. I've just lost a bit of drive. I haven't really, I've just been lazy git. So I'm like, yeah, get all my gear ready the night before. Taps are on the shoulder. About 5:15 this morning. Oh, you think someone had shot her? So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll be back for breakfast. Look at that. Right, before I lose that, I'm going to I'm going to get a couple of shots. I might just chuck you on the floor. It's not what I was expecting. Look at that. Well, I wish the sky was over there, perfectly in the middle, but that's just amazing. Yeah, right, I'm going to get a couple of shots. I might just leave you recording for a little bit. So that looks pretty cool. Hi people, as you can see from that little time lapse I just put up there. Oh, what a cracking little sunrise. Cloud was a bit heavy to one side, but hey, you can't win it all. I've just been walking around getting some shots. Handheld, mental. I seem to be doing more handheld now than ever. I don't know if that's because of the stabilisation in my camera. In fact, no, I haven't got stabilisation in my camera. I've only got stabilised lens, but even still, I can get a comfy handheld shot at like, I don't know, 50th of a second, probably go 20th of a second actually, but I'm old school. I'm used to having a shutter speed of handheld at least 100ths of a second. Yeah, just walking about getting a couple of pictures, but as always, great sunrise. But now the sun's come up and there's no cloud, so I've literally just got a nuclear boom in the sky, which is an absolute nightmare. Personally, I think it's an absolute nightmare to shoot. I'll put it that way, that's better, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Personally, I think it's an absolute nightmare to shoot the bright sun on a beach in the morning. Either a heavy graduated filter or hide that sun behind something. If any of those shots that I just took walking around handheld are any good, I'll chuck them up on the screen. I think there's a couple there. I won't bother running you through them because it's literally just F8 ISO 360, something like that. Just cracking away. Focusing about a third of the way into the scene. Yeah, pretty simple really. So yeah, look at these, look at all the green. Lush foreground interest. So yeah, if any of those shots are any good, I'm going to chuck up on the screen now a little bit of music whilst I have a walk about and see if I can find myself a composition over here. I'm hoping you can see behind me, look, there's a load of cloud. The sun's here. I'm hoping that cloud might come over a little bit and just get in between me and the sun. Just slow that sun down a little bit. Just makes it a bit easier to shoot into. So yeah, if any of those shots are any good, oh, lush. Here they are. Cool. What do you think, people? Some of them come out all right, I reckon. Just a quick one. I'm just walking around looking for compositions, and because no one's been here, just watch what you do with your feet. I've just looked back and seen a trail of my footprints, which sometimes can make for good leading lines, but over there I was sort of bouncing from rock to rock, and if someone looked at me and thought, what the hell is that numpty doing? It's only because I don't want my footprints in the shot. So I'm kind of walking round the outside of the beach, or you know, closer to the land, and then kind of looking for compositions, because I don't want to have to clone out all my footprints, which can be a right pain in the ass. I don't know what it is with this beach. I love it because literally that's the water there, and as the crow flies, my house is probably not even a mile and a half straight. Yeah, probably not even that. Yeah, probably about a mile and a half. Come down here in the evenings for a swim, and I always struggle to photograph down here. It's a lush beach. You know, it's got a bit of sand. It's got stones over there, which is nice for when they're wet. You get nice glistening stones in the foreground, shooting sunrise and stuff. But I always struggle to get decent compositions down here. I did a video down here, I think it was last year. Yeah, because my wife was recording. And I don't know what it is. I always struggle with this beach. Doesn't help that I've got like a lush sky up there, amazing cloud on one side, and just clear sky on the other, and the sun smack bang in the middle. My sensor's kind of going, well, what do you want me to make of this then? I did see a composition earlier on when I was walking over the rocks, like the water going down, because obviously there's fresh water coming off the land here, making its way to the sea. It's a bit of an S curve in between the rocks, then it goes out to the water. So I'm gonna have a look, and I might finally get my camera on a tripod, because that's when it actually feels like I'm doing some work. Well, it's not work, enjoyment. Is that microphone still recording? Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, bloody son can't make his mind up. The water goes down for here, and then I've got the sun up there. So I might set up, see if I can, got nice glistening on the rocks in the foreground here. But see what I mean about the sun? See, there's almost a line right down the middle. Look, cloud on this side, nothing on that side. Nightmare. The sun's moving up, but I don't think the cloud's going quick enough with it. I'm just trying to shoot into that, so you may as well take a picture of a nuclear reactor. Nightmare. I think I should have got that earlier when the cloud was there. But I'm gonna get my tripod out, get a bit of a composition going, and see if I can find something there. There might be something. I think there is. It looks nice. See if those clouds just touch over that sun a little bit. Hang tight. Alright people, as you can probably tell from that time lapse there, the clouds have not covered the sun. I really like the foreground here. When the light comes, you get like glistening light on the right hand side of the rocks, all the rocks that are facing the sun, and I really like that. And then there's this bit of like a leading line down to the water of rocks and water and all the rest of it. The sun was so bright, the only thing I could do was put a hard 0.9 graduated filter. I laid it right on the horizon. I'm not happy. I like the foreground. I love all the detail in the rocks and the little glistening bits and the water going out. Sky, load of pants. Well, it looks like it on the back of the camera anyway. Yeah, like I say, I really like the foreground of the shot. I'm not over keen on the sky. I'll have a play when I get back and edit it, but it's just one of those. You can't win them all. But the plan was, I've set up here because I know the tide's coming in. This is one good bit of info for the future for you. Because you know the tide's coming in, you know exactly where it's going to be, if you know what I mean. So I've set up my camera here. I'll spin you around and show you what I mean. My camera's there, and the shot I've taken was these rocks in the foreground here, and then the water kind of S-curves kind of down through there and out into the sea, tickety-boo. Well, the plan was to set my camera up there. Now I know that this water is slowly going to get closer, 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 closer and closer to me. And my plan was obviously to get the shot which I got, which isn't great, but hey-ho. And I know that eventually the water's going to come all the way up, and then I'm going to have a nice long exposure. The tripod's going to be set, and then when the water gets up to about here, as the tide's coming in, you'll get a nice long exposure with the water coming in and then woof, sucking back out. So that was my plan. Plan a little bit for the future. Get a couple of shots, foreground interest, shoreline, sky, lovely job. And then as the tide comes in, you can change your settings, go for your long exposure and have your misty, smooth stuff up around those rocks in the foreground of the shot, which would look really nice. That was my plan. But as you can see from that bad boy, that is probably it. That's the way it goes with sunrises sometimes. There's some lush colour this morning that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, a few of those handheld shots I got were nice because the colours were just lush. It makes a change for me to actually be on the beach before sunrise. I normally miss it. So yeah, hope you like some of the shots there. Hope there's some information for someone there. Like I say, planning for the future. You know, get your camera nice and solid somewhere and just know, give it time, you know the water's going to get there eventually. Just be patient, it will come. It's coming up now. If there was some cloud there stopping that sun, oh, the long exposure. I've got all these rocks in the foreground here, would have been really nice. Yeah, and like I say, when you're first on the beach, watch your footprints. You don't want to spoil future shots. I kind of walk tight to the headland, sort of looking out for compositions, and all that might look good. And I'll walk down behind the shot. Otherwise, you spend all year cloning out footprints when you get back to the computer. Although footprints can be good sometimes if you want a leading line down to the water or something like that. So I reckon, people, that is about it. Sorry, it's a bit of a quick one. Not much of me banging me gums today. I just wanted to kind of be in a moment, get down here, and oh, it's just lush now. I seem to be shooting handheld a lot more, which is, it's all right, I suppose. But anyway, this is probably going to go out on a Friday, which it should do because it's Wednesday today. I'm running a bit late actually. I've normally got a few videos in the bag before because I upload them on a Wednesday to be released on a Friday at 6:30. But it's Wednesday today, and I've got to edit this video today to get it uploaded for you people for Friday. So enjoy the vid, have a good Friday night and have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. I need to pull my finger out, I'm a bit slack. Cool, have a good one. Cheers, bye.